Nestled among the old-growth forest on Michigan's Upper Peninsula is Camp Onji-Akiing. This camp is like any other with many activities for Native youth to take part in, but it is much more than that.
We have a cultural camp. It's called Onji-Akiing. Onji-Akiing means from the earth. We started in 2009 with 9 kids, and it's grown. Now we have paid staff, we have junior counselors, kids that were campers that want to come back every year and be mentors to our younger campers. So we have a full staff now of, I think, 92. Also, Onji-Akiing partners with the Forest Service. So Glyphwick partners with the Forest Service to bring this camp. It's a collaborative effort. The mission of Camp Onji-Akiing is to create or help to foster this youth leadership network. We started this camp in hopes to foster connections to the culture and through traditional ecological knowledge to get these kids to pursue natural resource careers and to go back into their communities and strengthen those roles.
I've always wanted to go to a camp in my younger years, and and back in the day we just didn't have an opportunity, didn't even know this was available. We started off with 9 kids from Lac du Flambeau, and then established it to what it is today. 50 plus kids today, a variety of kids from different tribes, not just all Chippewa tribes, Menominee, Oneida. It doesn't matter, it's providing that service for our youth. What we're trying to achieve here is to accomplish something bigger and better so that these young people and these young men and women can be leaders in the future.
Campers explore natural resource careers and Native American treaty rights while building leadership and environmental stewardship skills. It's not uncommon for campers to return the next year, and for some of them, they may even return as counselors.
I came here in 2009, basically that's when it all started pretty much. And I didn't want to go away. I was always dependent on my parents and family. And it was a weird feeling being away from them for a week. I never was really that far away. This is gonna be year 7 now. I was a camper for 3 years, until I came into high school and became a junior counselor. This year I'm a counselor too, it's my 2nd year. This camp has really showed me that I could be more independent on myself, and showed me that it led me on the right path to what I want to be. And I started out wanting to be more in the criminal justice side. And I found that Glyphwick has an enforcement division, which made me want to be more of a game warden. So I'm working towards game warding and conservation officer type of field.
This camp provides a lot of opportunities, like our career fair. Me being 16 and able to talk to colleges now, there are colleges that come here and it's really helpful. And Glyphwick, because I go to this camp and I'm so involved with them, I'm looking for their internships when I'm 18. It really showed me how to get out of my comfort zone. Cried a lot the first year, didn't want to come. My grandma worked for Glyphwick and made me, but I'm really glad she did. Kind of a family now. You meet kids and you don't want to leave them, and you just hope you see them next year. It gives you the extra push and the boost of confidence. You get one thing done at camp that you didn't think you could. The boys are making their own drumsticks, the girls are making their own chokers. You just do a lot, you get more involved. It taught me to get more involved in my community.
The activities for the campers range from team building exercises, doing the ropes course, to fishing and archery. More culturally relevant activities are learning canoe safety when harvesting wild rice, constructing a drum, and choker making.
It's been really fun so far. One of my favorite activities is archery. Another one of my favorites tied with archery is fishing. I've also learned of safety skills with a canoe, and recently today I learned how to use a pole for wild ricing. I've always been one for outdoors activities, but there's not much I can do at home, so I'm usually inside. So whenever I get the chance to learn something new, I'll always take it.
When my mom first told me that it was like an outdoor camp up in the UP, I was already hooked. Ojibwe is not my tribe, and this is mainly Ojibwe related, but I always enjoy learning more about ancestors in the past, and I've learned that similar traits from both Ojibwe and Wyandot, my tribe. Just from the elders of my tribe, I've compared and contrasted, and I've learned that these tribes are pretty close, being in the Northeast. We've learned a lot about the importance of tobacco and how you need to give back to the Creator for all these great things like chopping up wood over there. You need to lay down a bit of tobacco just to say thank you for keeping us warm at this fire. And just a few little cultural things that we may take for granted, like gathering wood.
I think we see the success in our camp because we keep getting more interest every year for kids that want to come. I mean, they come here and it's a family, and we treat it like a family. We eat family-style meals. We take turns cleaning. We take turns supporting each other, whether it's, leadership or team building things where some kid's scared and wants to go home, and other kids just kind of swarm in that don't know this child and accept them into their, their circle.
When we were growing up, my grandmother was a language teacher, and she had said that there was very little books on tradition and knowledge. It was all by talking and speaking and doing it. And that's one of the things that this camp is doing, is it's providing hands-on experiences that Chippewa and other nations that we do as we build things, we make things, we cherish those things. This year we're making a drum for the camp. We're making bigger and better things for these kids to say, hey, I have a handprint into this camp, and I want to come back when I'm 30 years old and see where that drum is. And if a kid shakes my hand saying I made a difference for him, that's just one person that I can say I did, just like my father did for me.